Grew up in London, born and raised in London, but a lot of people often think London is all easygoing. You can be, you can achieve so much, which in fact you can. But a part of London I grew up in was very deprived, one of the poorest boroughs in the entire United Kingdom. So it was a very difficult upbringing for me. But putting that aside, I always see negativity as a form of inspiration to want to prove others wrong. And for me, I set up my first company at the age of 14, all because I always used to follow my cousin as an inspiration. He broke a stereotype when he set up his own company at the age of 14. Coming from an Asian family, you're expected to run a business at the age of 30, 35, open up a restaurant or a travel agent, a very typical Asian business. And my cousin actually broke that and actually set up his own company, and I thought, wow, that's a very unique thing he's done there. So I decided to set up my own company at the age of 14, a website designing company. And to be honest with you, I'm no specialist in website design, but I employed 6 of my friends who were tech geniuses, utilizing their skills and their abilities to be able to set up a company that made a lot of money. From the age of 14 to 16, I ran it for only 2 years. Having hit the age of 16, I learned a lot from Merrill Lynch, who gave me the opportunity to go to New York to learn how to trade in the stock market. So I became a junior trader at the age of 16. Investing the money I made from my first business venture in the stock market, made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, but I learned a lot as well in that process. I did it for a period of 9 months, 9 to 10 months, but it kind of generated a lot of interest from a lot of young people within my community who are asking me how on earth I become an entrepreneur and investor at such a young age, growing up in such a community, yet still doing everything a normal, ordinary teenager would do, yet still being in education as well. And having turned 17, I wrote my first book called The World at Your Feet to inspire young people about the fact that no matter the age, race, religion, culture, or where you are from in the world, everyone has the ability to be extraordinary. The book went on to sell 42,500 copies in 9 months, and that opened doors for me to become a motivational speaker. The book actually later got professionally published 10 months down the line by Marshall Cavendish, who managed publisher based in Singapore, and now the book is selling globally. And I set up my second business named after the book, The World at Your Feet, which has multiple ventures. For example, one is Teen Speakers, which has on board 39 of some of the world's most influential young speakers, likes of Louis, Jamie, and many others, who go around the world inspiring young people, empowering Generation Y, not just Generation Y, but a lot of people in general to motivate them and to give them sufficient knowledge in how to become successful. That's one aspect. Another aspect of what I do, I launched a business board game at the age of 18, invested the money I made from previous ventures into developing a business board game to educate young people in schools across the UK about entrepreneurship. We sold to over 600 schools in the UK. But when I started expanding, I realized that there's a huge demand for it in Africa and the Middle East. So I've managed to sell the game in 14 countries, over 300,000 copies I've sold in the past 2 years. And so it's been a hugely successful venture. And apart from the game, I also have a publishing firm in Africa where over 10,000 young writers have published their own books in Africa to give young writers the potential, a platform to have it professionally published and selling via online retail. I like doing a lot of traveling, and I realized I've been doing quite a bit of traveling across South Africa and Nigeria. It really opened my eyes as to the message you deliver in countries abroad outside of the UK has such an influence on the people within those countries that I thought I need to go around the world and do this on a bigger scale. So in turn 20, I set up a campaign called the Inspire 1 Million with a vision to go to 20 countries in the space of 12 months and inspire a minimum of 1 million people worldwide. And the campaign started in May last year. I traveled to the Maldives, traveled across Europe, Japan, Turkey. I've been to Botswana, South Africa, Swaziland, Nigeria. After Malaysia, I'm off to Zambia, and multiple countries. Over 45 countries have jumped on board for the campaign. So it's actually going to go further than the 20 countries I predicted, all through a vision to want to inspire and empower Generation Y, because a lot of people nowadays are writing off the youth. And for me, it's about being there and showing them that as a young person, you're capable of achieving extraordinary things. It's just a matter of self-belief and having the confidence to do that. And that kind of led on for me, having gone to South Africa multiple times to have my own TV series. Similar to The Apprentice, it's a 13-week TV series to empower youth in business, to get them more involved in entrepreneurship in South Africa. And that's going to be broadcast in 80% of the African continent, so it's going to be a huge TV show. Filming starts in July, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I recently turned 21, I've got a long way to go, but that's mainly what I do, and it's all supporting young people in trying to help them get into entrepreneurship.